Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 10, text 8. Translation. The two brothers, Srivas Pandit and Sri Rama Pandit, started two branches that are well known in the world. Purport. In the Gaura Ganodesha Dipika, verse 90, Srivas Pandit is described to be an incarnation of Narada Muni, and Sri Rama Pandita, his younger brother, is said to be an incarnation of Parvata Muni, a great friend of Narada's. Srivas Pandit's wife, Malini, is celebrated as an incarnation of the nurse Ambika, who fed Lord Krishna with her breast milk. And as already noted, his niece, Narayani, the mother of Thakur Vrindavan Das, the author of Chaitanya Bhagavata, was the sister of Ambika in Krishna Lila. We also understand from the description of Chaitanya Bhagavata that after Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's acceptance of the sannyas order, Srivas Pandit left Navadvip, possibly because of feelings of separation, and domiciled at Kumarahata. Srivasa Pandita Ara, Sri Rama Pandita, Dui Bai, Dui Shaka, Jagate Vidita. The two brothers, Srivas Pandit and Sri Rama Pandit, started two branches that are well known in the world. So in the beginning of the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions a book called Gaura Ganodesha Dipika. And just a few days ago, somebody sent me that book as a PDF. So if you want to have it, I can send it to you electronically, digitally. And Gaura Ganodesha Dipika describes who is who in Krishna Lila from Chaitanya Lila. So we have different personalities Chaitanya Lila, and their identities in Krishna Lila are revealed in this book. And here we see that Srivas Pandit from the Panchatattva is the incarnation of Narada Muni. Then his younger brother is an incarnation of Parvata Muni. Parvata Muni was a great friend of Narada, and he is also mentioned in the story of Mrigari, the hunter, where they were a witness of the personal transformation of Mrigari. He became so compassionate that he did not want to step on ants. Otherwise, he was killing animals half. He was half killing animals. Very cruel. Then Srivas Pandit's wife is incarnation of the nurse Ambika, who fed Lord Krishna with her breast milk. And then Narayani, the mother of Vrindavan Das Thakur, who is, Srila Prabhupada here says Thakur Vrindavan Das, the author of Chaitanya Bhagavat. So Chaitanya Bhagavat is also a description of the life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And then Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami, the author of Chaitanya Charitamrita, he sometimes says that he doesn't describe certain pastimes in detail because they were already described in Chaitanya Bhagavata. So Narayani was the sister of Ambika. Then after Lord Chaitanya accepted sannyas, Srivas Pandit left Navadvip, and Srila Prabhupada says possibly because of feelings of separation, and domiciled at Kumarahata. That means he started to live there. He moved to Kumarahata. So I want to continue reading the text 9. Shripati Srinidhi Tandra Duisa Hodara Charibaira Dasadasi Griha Parikara. Their two brothers were named Shripati and Srinidhi. These 4 brothers and their servants and maidservants are considered one big branch. Text 10. Dui Shakara Upashakaya Tan Sabare Ganana Yanra Grihe Mahaprabhura Sada Sankirtana. There's no counting the sub branches of these 2 branches. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu held congregational chanting daily at the house of Srivas Pandit. So you see, there were home programs during Lord Chaitanya. We sometimes had home programs, just like we had a home program in Bonn recently, and I have attended so many home programs since I joined. So home programs are a wonderful way to actually practice Krishna consciousness, and people can be encouraged to organize programs in their homes. Text 11. Charibai Savam Shekare Chaitanyera Seva Gorachandra Vinanahi Jane Devi Deva. These 4 brothers and their family members, fully engaged in the service of Lord Chaitanya, they knew no other god or goddess. So there is purport here. Srila Narottam Das Thakur has said, Anya Devashrayanai Tomara Kahinubai E Bhakti Paramakarana. If one wants to become a pure, staunch devotee, one should not take shelter of any of the demigods or goddesses. Foolish Mayavaris say that worshipping demigods is as good as worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but that is not a fact. This philosophy misleads people to atheism. One who has no idea what God actually is thinks that any form he imagines or any rascal he accepts can be God. This acceptance of cheap gods or incarnations of God is actually atheism. It is to be concluded, therefore, that those who worship demigods or self-proclaimed incarnations of God are all atheists. They have lost their knowledge, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Kamais tais tair hrita jnana prapadyante nyadevataha. Those whose minds are distorted by material desires surrender unto demigods. Unfortunately, those who do not cultivate Krishna consciousness and do not properly understand the Vedic knowledge accept any rascal to be an incarnation of God, and they are of the opinion that one can become an incarnation simply by worshipping a demigod. This philosophical hodgepodge exists under the name of the Hindu religion, but the Krishna consciousness movement does not approve of it. Indeed, we strongly condemn it. Such worship of demigods and so-called incarnations of God should never be confused with the pure Krishna consciousness movement. So here Srila Prabhupada explains what is Hinduism. I remember we had this European leaders meeting, or maybe even a couple of meetings, probably 2. One of the important discussion items or agenda items was are we Hindu? Because devotees in England complain that the Bhaktivedanta manor is being Hinduized, and that the whole mood is like, this is like a Hindu temple, and people come and, to have darshan, give a donation, take prasad, and that they have mostly attracted Indians. And two of the devotees from their board, and later also the president, was Gujarati. So there's two devotees, Shrutidharma Prabhu, who unfortunately passed away recently, and Pranabandhu Prabhu, they actually for maybe 20, 30 years, every day they do a home program. Every day. So now Bhaktivedanta Manor is known to have a lot of money in the bank. And they have a lot of donors. They have patrons. So so people say, well, they're lucky. They have a lot of money. But they don't understand that behind that money there is a hard work. For years, every single day they go out. Even when they got married, they didn't stop that at all. They didn't stop. So, and then Janmashtami is very famous. At the manor, 10,000 people come during 3 days. And these devotees also, these leaders, I have been there, I have been serving there, I have been living there, and they work hard with everybody else. Especially when there is preparation, they prepare for 1 month or 2 months. Every single day they put boots and work clothes and work along with other devotees. And then Western devotees complain that, but this is only for Indians, for Hindus. But actually, they are Indian devotees and they are very powerful and they attracted people and they also preached to people and they also cultivated people and people gave money. They gave donations, they have patrons. They have a patrons dinner every year, like few hundred people come and their devotees feed them. They have cultural program, philosophical program. And then some devotees said, okay, let's do more Western preaching. So they try to attract more English people or, other Westerners, because in England there is other Westerners, like from the, I don't know if they are Westerners, but from Russian countries, and there are people from China, from all over the world. In England, you cannot find many English people, especially in London. So then they developed a little bit more. More people came. But what can you do? These devotees are very powerful preachers and very hard workers, and they attracted so many Indians. I didn't get the impression that it's a Hindu temple. So I don't remember actually what there were arguments. But some people think that we are Hindus, and Srila Prabhupada here explains what is Hinduism. Is a mixture of different ways of worship, of demigods, and then they think everybody is the same. And when Indian people come here, they think they know what we are doing. And they know, oh, I know Shiva, I know Lakshmi, I know Ganesh, everybody is the same. But here it is very clearly described by Srila Prabhupada and also in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that there is differences of worship. It's not the same if you worship the demigods and if you worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And nowadays you have so-called incarnations of God, like Sai Baba or I don't know who else is proclaiming to be a... He proclaimed, I don't know who else was proclaiming to be an incarnation of God. And I don't know him.
He pretended to be Vishnu.
Okay. Yeah, there is... I know one, Guru Maharaj Ji. Guru Maharaj Ji, he was proclaiming, then somebody was challenging him, if you're an incarnation, stop me to throw cake in your face. And somebody threw cake in his face. So these people may have some mystic powers a little bit, and then based on this, they proclaim to be an incarnation, and people worship them. And so people are very foolish. They don't know. They accept ordinary men for God. But the qualities of God are described in the scriptures. So, one great advantage of Srila Prabhupada's books is that he's describing to us what is what and who is who in India. Because when you come to India, people are shocked. I mean, there's so many ways of worship. There is Shivais, there is Naga Babas, there is all kinds of yogis, and there is people in orange who actually don't follow all the regulatory principles. They are, they call themselves swamis or something like that. They eat meat. There are so many things. So people, they don't understand. And it is said that if you want to be cheated, you will get a guru who is a cheater. Or you will get an incarnation to worship. But if you want the truth, then you get Prabhupada. So he was speaking the truth without compromise. And sometimes it's too hard for people to be in ISKCON because it's very hard for the false ego. And of course there is mistakes in ISKCON, there is mistakes in leadership, but Prabhupada wanted us to stay in ISKCON and build it up. So people leave ISKCON, and then they start their own movement or something, like Ritviks. It's easy to go. It's easy to go away. Then they say, well, we will make the real ISKCON. We make the better ISKCON or Prabhupada ISKCON, I guess. But Prabhupada, I don't think Prabhupada wanted people to leave ISKCON that he created and to create something new. But he wanted us to work and to build up ISKCON as he wanted it, as it should be. And yes, there is mistakes, but then one has to work to correct these mistakes. So now if you want to become an agent of change in the world or in this movement, then you need to change yourself. There is this cartoon, famous cartoon, that the leader is standing at the podium, speaking, and asking everybody who is standing and watching him, who wants change? And everybody raised their hand. And then he asks, who wants to change? And then nobody's raising their hand. So that means that everybody wants others to change. So if you change, I will be happy. If others change, I will be happy. So this is the hypocrisy, the cheating mentality, the illusion of conditioned souls. They want to change others. And there is a famous text from Harmonist, you know, Sajjana Toshani, the magazine that Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati was publishing. And there is an issue from 1932, one passage, it's called Reformer, and he said that there is no need for reform in this world. God already has a plan for reform, and He's taking care of this. But when you let the holy name enter your ears, you will understand that you need to reform yourself. And one who understands that he has to change, then he can become an instrument, powerful instrument in Lord's hands. And the Lord can use him to influence others and to change the world. So one has to work on himself first. One has to develop self-discipline. One has to be true to his values. So we all know where we are making a compromise with our own highest values. How can you be happy if you are not living according to your values? How can you be happy if you are not following what you know is true? Why don't we do what we know we should do, and why we do what we know we shouldn't do? Because we are weak. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is described, Hridaya Durbalyam. You say, from Ram Navami, I'm going to have better sadhana. From Ram Navami, I'm going to have more focused japa. Or from Janmashtami, okay, Ram Navami has passed. The next is Janmashtami. No, the next is, what is next? Nrsimha, opinions. Nrsimha? Yeah, okay, we take a festival, or maybe a Ekadashi, or for Monday. Today's Monday. From Monday, I'm going to be a better devotee. I'm going to smile to devotees, you know. I'm going to be kind to devotees. I'm going to eat less. I'm going to eat less sweets. I'm going to exercise. I'm going to walk near the wonderful river Rhine. And I'm going to do everything I know I should do that I have not been doing for years. So, I think our mission can be summarized in 2 words. From everything we have learned from Srila Prabhupada or from any other person in this world, train yourself. People will train you for sometimes, your leaders, maybe your bhakta leader, your, coach, they will train you for sometimes, but at some point you have to start training yourself. Nobody will chase you. So train yourself. So get on your own case. Become fed up with your own compromises. I know, I start to change only when I become so frustrated with myself that it becomes painful. Then I start to exercise. Then again, slowly forget. And how we forget? By excuses. I have like 9-part seminar on excuses if you're interested. I made a, it's each about 10 minutes, I think. Each is about 10 minutes. I did it in Radharesh, live, online, in my room, not in front of devotees. So excuses, slowly they bring us back to lack of discipline. So you know that you cannot be happy if you make compromises. And you know when you are making compromises. And how do you know that you are making compromises? Because super soul is in your heart. So you know. And we come to Bhakti Yoga and we think, what will I get from this? What do I want? And will God fulfill my desires? So we are in anxiety. Will God fulfill my desires? I only want to be happy. Is that too much to ask? I only want to have a wife. Is that too much to ask? I only want to have a beautiful child. Is that too much to ask? I only want to have a beautiful house. Is that too much to ask? I only want to have a job. Actually, I don't want to have a job. I want passive income. That's better. Why should I have a job? 8 hours a day. That's crazy. To work 8 hours a day. This is a waste of energy. You can have a passive income. So, why God doesn't give me happiness? Then one devotee asked me, why God doesn't give me happy marriage? So what could be possible reasons why God doesn't give you happy marriage? Maybe you don't deserve it. Maybe you have been cheating in your previous lives, many partners, many husbands, many wives, and now you want to have a happy marriage. Why would God give it to you? That you continue with your habits, or or you think God especially hates you and loves others? So you are somehow his black sheep or something. He hates you and he doesn't give you a husband, he doesn't give you a wife, and he wants to torture you. And he especially finds pleasure to torture you, not others. And because you are such a nice person, you don't deserve actually to be unhappy and to not get what you want. So it says that that God fulfills all desires, but not only spiritual desires, material desires. And I remember one Mataji in my country said, so they had a band, Nityananda band. It's maybe you know about Nityananda band. And they played with Satchidananda Swami in many concerts, even in the West, not only in Yugoslavia. So she said, so why God doesn't give us, success? And then they started to have concerts for 5,000 people in the best halls in Serbia. So he gave this, but they were not happy. Maybe they were happy for some time, but then the band split, or I don't know, I don't want to give you details what happened. It stopped. It could have continued forever. Satchidananda Swami wouldn't mind, but it stopped. Devotees had fights also, anyway. So, why God doesn't give me this? And when God gave you this, then you say, why God doesn't give me that? Why God doesn't give me recognition among the devotees? Because I'm senior, I'm this and that. Nobody cares about my service. Then after some time you get recognition. Are you more happy now? Are you more happy now? Oh no, I would like... Ganapati Swami wrote an amazing Vyasa Puja offering. I try to repeat it. This is one of the best things I have read in my life of devotees, apart from Prabhupada's books. He said, when I was a bhakta, young bhakta, I wanted to get initiated, first initiation, because other devotees, they got first initiation and I was uninitiated, and they called me bhakta. So I felt a little bit inferior. Then I got first initiation. And I was happy for some time, but then I saw that other devotees have second initiation. And I thought, wow, maybe I should get second initiation, then I will be happy, become a Brahmana, recognized as a Brahmana. Then after some time I got second initiation. Actually, in the beginning, I was washing toilets, and I was not happy. Then they gave me a service of buying boga, and I was envious of devotees who went on book distribution. Then I went on book distribution. Then I was not even happy with that. Okay, so let's go back to initiations. Second initiation. Then I when I got second initiation, then I thought, well, some people have sannyas. Some of my god brothers have sannyas, and they are not better than me. Then he got sannyas. Then some of my god brothers became GBCs. Then he became GBC. And still he was not happy. Something was missing. And then he said, I will bring it in one class and I will read it to you. You will see, this is just pure nectar, the whole offering. I don't remember all the details, but basically he concluded at the end that he gave up GBC, sannyas, I don't know, he didn't give us up. He gave up all these positions and all these titles, and he said, and maybe I should go back to washing the toilet of my heart. I love this. I feel like this. I love it. It's amazing realization, you know. You're looking for external things, and you understand that the main actually goal is to purify the heart. To purify the heart. So you see, in the beginning we want God to give us something. It may be the position, title, money, partner. And then if you have made advancement, how you can assess your advancement is to see that you start to think what Krishna wants, not what you want. You know, in all religions, the prayer is, God, give me this, give me that. But in our religion, the prayer is, God, please accept this, please accept that. And we find pleasure in this. And now some devotees get tired of working for God. And they say, I have neglected myself. Yeah, it's true. You may neglect your health, you may neglect your reading, you may neglect your social interaction, you know, emotional exchange or something. And you shouldn't neglect this, but this is not God's business to take care of this. You should take care of this and then be fit to serve Him and to work for Him. And it's crazy, you know, God doesn't need anything and He wants everything from us. So it's just mind-boggling. We cannot understand anything, you know. He doesn't need anything, but He wants everything. So who can understand this philosophy? Only crazy people can understand this. So you are crazy. You are crazy to be a Hare Krishna. Because you are following a God who is strange. You don't know, you know, what He's thinking and why He's doing things. So sometimes devotees, I think ladies are more bold to speak to God in an angry mood. They sometimes say, Krishna, okay, now I have done everything, now you do whatever you like. I give up, or something like this. And then Krishna gets a little scared and he starts to arrange things. I mean, I speak to Mataji, to ladies sometimes, and they tell me, yeah, I got angry with Krishna, and you know, within minutes or within seconds, something happened. I get, the flower from the altar falls, and I tell him, give me a sign. Give me a sign. And then he gives a sign. And then she says, yes, you are here, okay. Now I understand you are here. You're not just a statue or something. And Prabhus are a little bit more afraid to be like this with Krishna. They're more like awe and reverence. Oh. So, Srila Prabhupada challenged us to our core, all our understanding, even about God. And these people cannot swallow Krishna consciousness. It's crazy philosophy. We went to, I don't know if I went with you or somebody last time when I was here, to the cathedral. This is huge cathedral. My God. It's like a skyscraper. And there were so many people there. I think somebody else brought me, not you. No? Yeah, in the car. Somebody brought me, I forgot. And there was this orchestra playing the music, and there was a mass. The priests were offering different things. And when you approach a Christian person, they cannot understand God. If you tell them God is blue, if you tell them God is 16 years old, they will definitely think that you are crazy. So we have the most unusual God, and also He's very immoral. He's immoral. His greatest pastime is to have affairs with other people's wives. Parakiya rasa is the most exalted. And then we worship Him. And they leave their husbands in the middle of the night. So what kind of people you are? You're worshipping such a strange God. And you are excited about this. So the most abominable thing in this world, cheating on, or stealing other people's wives, God is doing that all the time. This is His main pastime. And Radharani also has a husband, Abhimanyu. And now people don't understand this. What is this? And then Prabhupada says, well, all these wives, these are His energies. They are meant for His enjoyment. He created everybody. Oh my God! Oh, now we understand. He made this whole show so He can have these loving exchanges. So that makes sense, isn't it? It makes sense. He created everything to have exchange, to have loving exchanges, and it makes sense. And everybody can be happy if they just agree that He is in the center. But that's hard. For conditioned souls, it's very hard to understand that I should be in the center. So success is not an accident. Success is a series of steps in the right direction over a long period of time. So you cannot cheat Krishna and pretend that you are advancing. If you are not paying the price every day. Once Bhaktitirtha Swami asked me, how are you doing? Sometimes we have this letter exchange. And I said, I'm trying to pay the price on every beat when I'm chanting, on every beat, to pay the price. That means give full attention to every Mahamantra. Give full attention to every Mahamantra. So, how do we chant? We just fake chanting. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. When will I finish my rounds? Then I can get into a real job of eating or maybe doing something. And finally, when we finish rounds, and imagine, I say this sometimes, imagine you have just finished your 16 rounds, and you really make an effort to do it now, nicely, and then Krishna comes behind your back, says, you know, you chanted such wonderful 16 rounds, I'm so inspired, please chant 16 more. And you say, oh no, I barely managed this 16, I was sweating, I was beating my mind, I was beating my head, I was, playing Prabhupada to chant with Prabhupada, and I was recording myself because Akrura said, record yourself so you can notice that you are skipping the name. I did everything, and I finally finished. And I felt, now I'm free. Now I'm finally free. And then Krishna comes and says, well, I know you want to be free, but you pleased me so much with your attentive japa. You sweated, you spilled blood, and you shed tears. And now I would like to chant 16 more. And you say, okay, Krishna, I will chant 16 more. And then you finish 16 more, and he comes again. And then you say, and now it's enough. Now I have to eat. Or I have to post my post on the Facebook. Sleep. You cannot sleep. You are too excited to sleep. So, now, there is two things I was thinking this morning, that we think that the challenge, there is only two kinds of challenges. One is you challenge yourself to have self-discipline, to be really self-disciplined, sadhana, japa, less eating, cold shower. You really push yourself and you think, wow, this is good. But this is not enough. This is just a preparation also for the external challenge, for the battle of Kurukshetra. That means preaching field, to give Krishna consciousness to people who don't want. So you cannot just be self-disciplined and remain in your comfort zone, being happy that you are so self-controlled and you took a cold shower and, you think, I'm such an amazing person, And in Mahabharata says, the greatest victory is to conquer your lower self. No, that's not enough. Prabhupada did both. First of all, the first thing is so hard, and when we will do it? The first thing we are not doing. We are not disciplining ourselves. And then the second thing, now, okay, you discipline yourself, now you have to preach. So this is also hard, because you have to give up envy of people, you have to understand how much Krishna is pleased with this. You have to become compassionate, you have to develop qualities of a sadhu, titikshava, karunika, sukhrida, sarva dehina, ajata, shatrava, shanta, sadhava, sadhubhushana. Two challenges, personal and external, collective, public challenge, private challenge, public challenge. Srila Prabhupada gave us both. Then you can feel like a human being, then you can feel like a devotee, then you can feel that you are becoming a spiritual warrior and stop being a mommy's boy. Spoiled mommy's boy. So ISKCON is turning spoiled mommy's boys and girls into spiritual warriors. And so where you are on the scale of here to here, where you are. Mommy's boy, spiritual warrior, where you are on this scale. You can assess yourself. Spoiled mommy's boy and bold spiritual warrior. So we all have to cross this path. And in order to do this, what do we need to do? We need to do daily practice, daily surrender. Every single day. And these Marines, American Marines? There is not only American Marines, there is Russian Marines also. There is Korean Marines. I watched this SEAL training. These are not Marines, they are fight in the water. Seal means, what does seal mean? Earth, air, sea. Sea, earth, air. So they fight everywhere. So they have hellish training. And I thought they have hellish training. Then I saw Korean training, Russian training. Even worse. Even worse. They really torture them. I mean, you can die just being in training before you have gone to war. It's so heavy. So when I saw this SEAL training and I saw their website, and at the bottom it says, the only easy day was yesterday. And yesterday was hell. But they say, don't worry, more is coming. So I feel sometimes like this. I mean, when it is going to end? My attachments, my lack of compassion, my anarthas, it's coming up. People chant, and then they say, well, before I was much a better person. Now I see so much is coming up. Lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, envy. It's pouring from me. I think this Krishna consciousness made me worse. No, it didn't make me worse. It just showed you what is inside. What is inside. You were nicely packaged in a nice form and nice behavior and everything, but inside you have so much anger, you have so much envy, and Bhakti always squeezing it out and like showing you what you have inside. Therefore, people run away. They think, I'm going crazy. I'm not such a bad person. No, you're not so bad. You are worse than that. You don't know what is inside and how many lifetimes you have been doing so many sinful activities. So therefore, how we will make an advancement, I will show you. I will reveal to you, maybe I already told you, I will reveal to you the greatest secret of success in spiritual life and in business, in material life. Maybe some of you want to become successful in business. Daily practice. Now I say that this is Vipassana push-up because your knees are down. So it's easier. Like this I can do only one. Or maybe four. So daily practice is the secret to success in any field of activity. And we see that acharyas are giving us also this formula, daily practice. Lord Chaitanya was chanting every day. So there is no shortcut. The law of the farm governs. That means as you sow, so shall you reap. You cannot cheat God. You cannot cheat the system. You have to pay the price. And the price is daily practice, daily investments. Okay, so this is I have no idea how we came from Srivas Pandit to this point. But Srivas Pandit is also the one who was paying the price because he was serving Krishna every day. And Chaitanya Charitamrita is a great training book. I mean, you can learn so many things, how to train yourself, and also how to preach. It's a preaching book, and it's also a devotee care book. There are so many examples of devotee care. So thank you very much for listening. Do you have any questions? Yeah.
I would like to know, because we always make excuses, but we don't really see that we are making excuses. It's like it's a real thing for us when we have to make excuses. It's like, oh no, I can't do this. I have to do this, or I can't do it because of. And in this moment, it's real for us, and we don't think, oh, I have to make an excuse now. Maybe we do sometimes, but the really heavy things we don't really see making us excuses. So how can we reveal ourselves from making excuses?
I have a 9-part seminar on excuses, and you can learn. I have a playlist on YouTube, playlist, so I can send you a link to a playlist, and then you can give a class about excuses later. Because the best way to learn something is to teach it. I will come to your class. I mean, anybody who asks about excuses, I offer obeisances to him. So that's you. You just ask about excuses. Because it's bold to ask about excuses. Even people don't want to speak about excuses. What to speak of doing something about excuses? But excuses are such a sweet topic. So maybe I should write a book about excuses. Just transcribe my seminar. Also, this. I will. One Prabhu from Argentina is helping me to write a book, to create a book or ebook about Avanti Brahmana. And Avanti Brahmana is about how to stop blaming anybody. How to stop blaming. This is also a big topic. Excuses, blaming. If you eliminate this, you're going to fly like anything. It's like you're stop pressing on the brake. You have accelerator and the brake. So if you remove this, it's like two brakes. You remove these two. Stop making excuses and stop blaming others. Wow, you are going to go very fast forward. And this is warriorship. This is SEAL. This is Marine training for a devotee. Okay? Next question. Who has the best question?
How we can distinguish that we are doing always excuses?
I think you can, if you are introspective and listen to the Super Soul, you can do it. But also, others can help you. Others can help you. That's why coaching, actually in coaching, we always speak about excuses. We want to eliminate excuses. So that's why I was teaching devotees about success partnership. Because in the success partnership, you can actually discuss excuses. And your partner, he will notice. It's easier to notice excuses in others. So you can use others to notice excuses in you. And you can notice excuses in them. And in this way, you help each other. Help each other succeed in Krishna consciousness. I sometimes just ask devotees, what are your excuses? List them. And then it's not easy to do that exercise. You have to be really honest with yourself. And then when you finish your list, then you can ask your success partner, and what do you think? What do you think are my excuses? Then you increase the list. And then you have a lifetime work in front of you. It's so exciting. It's so exciting.
When you will start with this again?
Which one?
Excuses.
Next week? No, I think next week we are still doing some preaching training. I don't know. I don't know if the borders are open and you want me to stay still here, because if I start to preach like this, maybe you will ask me, Hare Krishna. Because, we have a, maybe Doris told you, we have this, everybody speaking 10 minutes, you know? So, if you like, I can do a course on excuses. This what I have online is actually 9 parts, 10 minutes each. It's about 1-2 hours. So this can be done in 2 days also. This can be done in 2 days. But I think it's better to have more sessions, not only 1 weekend or something. Because I see now, if we have this Monday to Friday, then somehow everything we speak about sinks in, and they're more like, I don't know, they were somehow imbibe it. So we can do this seminar maybe next week or the week after on exclusive. But also those who speak English, I mean, you can listen to this, and if you like it, we can have it here and, you know, repeat those things and make a list. I can make an e-book and you can have resources. But the best way to learn something is to teach it. And also, I mean, I was showing you Success Partnership, so I don't know how many of you have made Success Partnership, but if you want, I can help you actually. I can help you to choose a partner and to start working seriously with the success partner. In this way you have a coach, basically. You can have a coach. And also you can, while I'm here physically, you can also come to me and or online we can meet, because now because of this virus, a little bit distance. And we can have sessions. If you want to work on any area of your life, I can help you. That's my service. I do this for 20 years. Improve any area of your life, and of your service, of your sadhana, relationships, even finances. You know, I can help you with that. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Guru Prabhu ki. Jai.